Hello. Welcome back. This is Mustardketchupmayo 1000. And we're back with another installment of UFC Fight Night. Not Fight Night. UFC Fight Prediction / Picks. This week, it's UFC 327. About time, you know. Because this week, or I guess not this week, but these past few weeks have been not the greatest UFC-wise. But it's great to have something for once, you know. When you have a company like the UFC that breadcrumbs you every now and then, it's nice. But yeah, besides that, we're gonna start off with what we had last week, which was Moicano versus Duncan. Did okay. 8 out of 13. Could have done a lot better. Should have done a lot better, but you know, it happens. Lost, or Kai Kamako 3-1, or the third one, thankfully. Dion Barbosa won by decision, majority. I had picked Bekoev, right? But I don't know if I mentioned this in the video. I swear I did. But I was also very tired when I was making that video, so I don't know. But I swear I said Tresean Gore is good, despite what his record says. And a lot of people don't agree with that or have ever mentioned it. And this just proved it. Because this dude, Tresean Gore, is good. He is not bad. Like, the only reason I really didn't end up picking him originally was just because of his only wins being, at least in the UFC, being Josh Fremd, who's not even in the UFC anymore, and Antonio Tricoli, who's also not in the UFC anymore. And just because he's a little chinny, and Bekoev, you know, has power. But seeing that performance, my God, man, this dude Gore is good. Like Bekoev, people would thought he was gonna be like future, like contender / top 5, whatever. Scratch that. This dude is a fraud. But Tresean Gore actually does have a future. This is a big win for him, so I'm glad he got that. At least keeps him in the promotion for longer, because he is an entertaining fighter. I feel like if he would have lost this one, they definitely would have cut him. But this dude is entertaining. I'm glad they're keeping him, and especially this one kind of secures his spot. So thank God. But I got it wrong. So yeah. Next fight was Elise Pereira versus Haley Cohen. It was a KO win. Surprised me. I didn't expect that at all, but you know, it happens. But I had that right. Darius Flowers KO. Crazy because of the slam, and I got that one right. Alessandro Costa KO. Stuart Nickel. Surprised me. Then, or not necessarily. I had him by decision, but you know, KO also happens. Thomas Pedersen beat Guillermo Pat. I think it should have been a draw in my opinion, but yeah, I can't really complain. Ruchala versus Delano. Delano won. McMillan versus Chinny. I think. Okay, I was going into it with McMillan. Like, I thought he was like really good. I mean, I knew this from watching him fight Magoyan in the Dana White Contender Series fight. But his striking is so sloppy. It's really sloppy. Like, at least he has power. Because if he didn't, Jesus Christ. Because it's like Grant Dawson levels of sloppiness. It's really bad. He needs to fix that immediately if he wants to go higher. Because Chinny was basically like a toss-up or a free layup for him. Anyways, Ethan Ewing is what I heard it was pronounced. Ewing. I thought it was Ewing, but you know. KO'd Rafael Estevam. This was crazy. I did not expect this. I did not expect a KO. I thought it was gonna be a lot closer, and I think the odds were saying that too. But this is crazy, dude. Estevam is really good, or I guess was supposed to be seemed good. But this dude Ewing is on a whole different level. Yeah, I think he can probably go for the belt, to be honest. That's how good I think he is. But yeah, next one was Abdul Rahman Yakiev. He submitted Ribeiro, expected. Should have figured Jandiroba would have won, but I messed that up. And then Moicano submits Chris Duncan. What happened? It happens. But anyways, next one this week or today. Not today, sorry. It's this Saturday. Is UFC 327. Procházka versus Ulberg. Pretty excited for this one. This is actually a decent card for once. Definitely not the greatest. I think it would have been a lot better with Joshua Van and Tetsuo Zaira, but this would do. But yeah, let's get started with the first fight of the night, the curtain jerker, which is Charles Radke versus Francisco Prado. I'm taking Radke by decision. I really want to take Prado, but this dude is just too... he's just too undersized, man. If he was a lightweight, I know he said he struggles making weight for lightweight, but dude, like, this is just like him at welterweight is just not good for him. Like, this dude is not gonna make it far at welterweight. He's completely undersized, or not undersized necessarily, but he's just too... I don't know. He just doesn't fit welterweight. It's so weird. And yeah, I'm taking Radke since he's only really lost to high level competition. And this Nikolai Veretnikov fight really just kind of put me, or gave me the idea of where Prado is IQ wise. So I'm taking Radke by decision. Yeah, so what happens. Next fight is Kevin Gastelum versus Vicente Luque. I'm taking Gastelum's decision. Vicente Luque isn't there anymore. We've all known this. I really only expect him to win against people who, aren't... How do I describe this? I expect him to win against people who are not fully developed or just don't have that skill level or skill ceiling. Because I don't think he wins against Kevin Gastelum because he has a chin. Oh wait, this is middleweight. He's going up to middleweight. Okay, no, even more reason. Yeah, I'm taking Gastelum. Even more reason to pick Gastelum. He's just gonna not wrestle him. He's just gonna keep him. His striking is just too technical. Luque will probably go for a takedown. He can probably get it, honestly. But I think, knowing how Gastelum fights, he's probably going to try his best to keep it on the feet. And because of that, I'm taking Gastelum. Don't think he KOs him. But Vicente Luque could put up a good fight. I don't expect him to, but, I think we all know Luque's kind of past that point in his career. It's kind of just fighting to fight. He should probably retire, in my opinion. But Gastelum should also retire. So, yeah, this is like an unk battle. But one significantly has gotten more damage throughout his career compared to the other. So, yeah. Next fight. Markel Medeiros versus Chris Padilla. Taking Padilla by decision. You see, they're both good. I think Medeiros is decent. They're trying to build him up for sure. But he's going to a split decision with Austin Hubbard. Like, his 3 wins aren't against really good competition. Chris Padilla, different story. KOs on Rongzhu. Who would have expected to KO that thick Chinese dude? Thick neck Chinese dude. Pause. Thick neck Chinese dude, or that blockhead rather than thick neck. Beats Jai Herbert by split decision, which is good. Jai Herbert's not a slump. He's not like some how to describe it. He's just not some slump. KO's Ismail Bonfim. That's also pretty good. Ismail Bonfim is not a slump or a chump. Like, his level of competition is significantly better than Medeiros, and that shouldn't stop him from getting a win on Madero's, and it built his resume even better. Hopefully, I really want to see him fight and for or at least a ranking soon after this, because this is like this dude Chris Padilla is really good, crazy good. So I'm taking him by decision. I don't think he KOs him. Madero's is good at like not, I guess, getting caught, but I think Chris Padilla is on a whole different level in my opinion. They're like two completely different leagues. Chris Padilla's I could say a little bit outside the top 15 or at least top 15 in my opinion. So yeah, that's what I have. So next fight, Tatiana Suarez versus Lupita Godinez. I'm taking Tatiana Suarez by decision. I originally had Lupi by decision as well, but when you see Lupi's losses, don't get me wrong, Lupi is good, but when you see her losses, they're against two people, right, who just immediately can get takedowns. Mackenzie Dern, literally a BJJ wrestler. Verno Gender, literally BJJ. Like, all she does is takedowns. Literally, and sometimes no damage. And Tatiana Suarez is good. Yes, she still is good. But she can just take her down. And it's not like Lupi has gotten any better. Or at least she hasn't shown any improvement on that end. So I'm taking Tatiana Suarez by decision. She's definitely going to just wrestle her, hold her down, get a couple pepper shots in, call it a day. It's the same thing every time. So Tatiana Suarez by decision. Next fight, Mateus Gamrot versus Esteban Ribovic. Is this one's also hard, okay? Because I'm pretty indecisive on this one. I think Gamrot wins. I want to say Gamrot wins, but another part of me says Esteban wins, just because Gamrot has reached that age, and we all know what that age is. It's past 34, 35. I feel like a lot of fighters, once they hit 35, they kind of decline pretty rapidly. Like, he beat Ludovic Klein, which was, in my opinion, a layup for him because of the Dan Hooker robbery, in my opinion. Charles was something else. But I feel like Gamrot really struggles against the crowd. And the more I see it, like, crowd loss. I don't remember these two. I think he won. This was a Apex fight. And I remember this one was an Apex fight too. I don't remember the Rafael Dos Anjos one. But Ribovic, he does really good. But his level of competition is just not there compared to Gamrot. Gamrot's resume is so much better. Like, going to split decision with Zell Hubert. Like, dude, come on, bro. Come on. Knowing how he does now. Like, the only reasoning I can think of is, like, ever since that fight, Zell Hubert has just not been the same because of how much damage he took. Maybe. But then, like, I don't know. I want to take Ribovic. I'm going to do it not confidently, though. I think Gamrot will win, and this is a huge step up for Ribovic, but I'm going to take him and I'm going to trust him. It's just because of Ribovic's striking. It's significantly better than Gamrot. But if he gets taken down, it's basically over. It's just going to be WrestleMania at that point for Gamrot. Scamrot. Because there's nothing Ribovic can do whenever he gets taken down. He gets taken down, it's wraps. It's over. So, take it, Ribovic. Yeah, nothing much else to say about that one. Next fight, Kevin Holland versus Randy Brown. Taking Kevin Holland by submission, round 3. This is really close also, in my opinion. Randy Brown is good. I just think he's also exiting that point of his career. And in my opinion, if he was a little bit younger, had a little bit less damage, I think he would have definitely beaten Kevin Holland with how, like, I guess, more disciplined he probably is compared to Kevin Holland. But because of that, I'm gonna take Kevin Holland just because he kind of does good whenever people don't expect him to do good. When there's expectations on him to do good, he doesn't do good. He never does good. But when there's expectations where someone's gonna beat him, he actually like does good. You know, it's like the opposite. It's just this is Schrodinger's cat. We don't know which love or which state is gonna show up. Which version of Kevin Holland is gonna show up? Nothing or good, bad or good. So taking him by the submission, round 3. That's because, well, round 3 is kind of a toss-up. Kevin Holland is only good, in my opinion, with his wrestling and grappling, but he never uses it. This time, I can kind of see him using it because he's definitely going to be more outstruck and more outdone on the feet compared to when it comes to Randy Brown, because Randy Brown's striking is a lot better. So, taking Kevin Holland, submission, round 3. Possibly a decision, but, you know. Anyways, next fight. Patricio Pitbull versus Aaron Pico. Taking Aaron Pico by decision. Patricio Pitbull, we've seen him. You know, he's not terrible. He's not the greatest. He's just going to be a gatekeeper in the UFC. He's really old as well. And because of that, taking Aaron Pico. I'm surprised they didn't fight each other. This is basically a Bellator fight. At this point. Bellator / like PFL fight. Yes, he lost to Lerone Murphy. But no. He's still going to win by decision. I don't think he's going to KO Patricio Pitbull. Patricio Pitbull kind of reminds me of like a blockhead. I want to put it past him, but he's a blockhead to me. So I think it's going to be a decision. If Patricio Pitbull does bad, if Aaron Pico loses this one, I don't know what to tell him, man. There's just a curse at that point for all like Bellator and PFL guys that come to the UFC. But yeah, that's what I have. Not much else to say about that fight. I think it's pretty straightforward. Aaron Pico wins somehow. Next fight, Cub Swanson versus Late Landwehr. I'm taking Cub Swanson KO round 3. Yeah, I'm taking Cub Swanson. Just because he's still like, this is his retirement fight, but he still got it. Still has it. He's not bad. Like his losses are just to Jonathan Martinez, which is, you know, Jonathan Martinez. He's not a chump. And then the Andre Fili fight, which in my opinion he won whenever I was watching it originally. I think he won that fight. Truly and dearly, I think he won that fight. As for Nate Landwehr, he's getting KO'd against Morgan Charrier, who he's decent, but he's not that level. KO'd by Dooho Choi, who's actually pretty good. Lost to Danny Ige, and he only really wins against like these like small up and comer bottom barrel of the rankings guys. And Cub Swanson isn't that guy. I don't think he is. Knowing that, it's gonna go crazy. Expect around 3 KO. Yeah, not much else to say about that one. I think Cub Swanson wants to go out there and, you know, put a exclamation point, or I guess what's the word? Put a highlight on his career. I don't know what the word is, but end it on a high note, I guess is the word what I'm trying to say. So that's what I'm expecting on that one. Anyways, yeah, next fight. Dominic Reyes versus Johnny Walker. I'm taking Johnny Walker by KO, round 1. This is not leaving round 1. If it does, I think Johnny Walker wins round 2. Because I think Dominic Reyes is just back to what he was before, you know, the great fall off, I guess is the word. Or I guess, yeah, before the great fall off, where he's just back to being in the fall off. Johnny Walker, it's not a slump. Yes, his chin is horrible, but he's not like a slump or a chump. He has the bigger reach advantage. He's relatively younger, so he has a little bit less damage. And Dominic Reyes is just not there anymore, in my opinion. So I'm taking Johnny Walker by KO round 1. Someone who's a little bit more honest. Someone who at least notices that he's bad, chin-wise. So, Johnny Walker, KO round 1. Dominic Reyes could definitely put him either way. At the end of the day, either one's gonna get knocked out. We just don't know who. No one knows who. I'm just taking Johnny Walker to knock out Dominic Reyes, in my opinion. Yeah. So next fight, Curtis Blades versus Josh Hockett. This dude is a cornball, and I know he has been. I've always said this, but Jesus Christ, like the level of cornballness this dude has been on, absolutely fucking nuts. Anyways, Curtis Blades by decision. Not much else to say. This is like a whole nother level of step up, dude. Like, you beat Denzel Freeman, and now you have a top 5, potential top 5, like, ranking if you win. You haven't shown us shit, dude. Denzel Freeman, Max Jimenez, Guillermo Uriel. Bro, that's nothing. That's nothing. That's absolutely nothing. And you still have bro, there's levels. Curtis Blades, yes, might be on the decline, but dude, there's significant levels. You're not on that level yet, and I think not anytime soon. So there's not anything else to say. I think it's going to be pretty straightforward. Curtis Blades decision. That's that. Next fight, Azamat Murzakanov versus Paulo Costa. Taking Murzakanov KO round 1. I think Paulo Costa is also not there anymore. Mind you, he's also going up to light heavyweight. He's going into Murzakonov's territory. This dude is not there. Murzakanov is actually a threat. Paulo Costa, not a threat. Only win in the UFC. Only current active UFC fighter who's still in the UFC is Roman Kopylov, and that's the only one he has on an active fighter. Murzakanov is not a chump. He beat Rakic. He beat Manyfield. He beat Jacoby. Like, these 3 wins are still pretty good. Paulo Costa, literally the only one he can kind of bounce off of is Kopylov. Like, dude, give me a break. I'm taking Murzakanov KO round 1. There's nothing much else to say about that one. It's pretty straightforward, in my opinion. Main event, Yuri Procházka versus Carlos Ulberg. I think it's going to be Yuri Procházka KO round 4. So, we all know Yuri tends to kind of pop off whenever it's later in the fight. And when he knows there's kind of like crunch time, I think Ulberg is definitely going to piece him up and at least keep him at a distance for the first 2 rounds. Round 3, Yuri is going to have like a little bit of a better round. Round 4, Yuri's going to have like a pretty dominant round. But towards the end, he's just going to start styling on him. He's going to catch him like the last couple minutes or last 2 minutes of the round. I think Yuri catches him, and I think he puts him out. Definitely TKO. I don't think he could KO him, but I think he's going to TKO him because Ulberg isn't. I mean, he's got slumped once, but Ulberg isn't Chinny, so I'm taking Yuri. Yeah, not much else to say. CKB, they tend to always just run backwards in a straight line rather than wrap around the cage. Yuri, also just as unorthodox, but he tries his best, and that's who I want to pick. So yeah, Yuri KO round 4, and that's what I have for today. Thank you for watching. This is Mustardketchupmayo 1000. We will win this one, hopefully. I feel kind of confident in all my picks. The only one we're kind of iffy on is Riovics. But yeah, this is Mustardketchupmayo 1000, as I said already, and goodbye.